The Infamous Cruelclaw. The Infamous Cruelclaw is a notorious weaselfolk mercenary from Bloomburrow, and the leader of the Dire Shade Company. He is famous for his ruthless methods, taking jobs for power or profit, and rarely fighting fairly. The Infamous Cruelclaw is a 3/3 legendary creature with menace, making it difficult to block effectively. When it deals combat damage to a player, it can exile cards from the top of your library until a nonland card is found, then allow that card to be cast by discarding a card instead of paying its mana cost. A big mana strategy with the Infamous Cruelclaw focuses on using its combat damage trigger to cast expensive and powerful spells without paying their full mana costs. The deck works best by helping Cruelclaw connect with opponents consistently, then turning each successful attack into a major advantage through high-impact spells. Combo number 1. Ancient Copper Dragon plus Aggravated Assault. Required conditions: 1. Ancient Copper Dragon is on your battlefield. 2. Aggravated Assault is on your battlefield. 3. Ancient Copper Dragon does not have summoning sickness. 4. You always get results of at least 5 on your d20 dice roll. Combo activation steps: 1. Deal combat damage to an opponent using Ancient Copper Dragon, then it triggers, causing you to roll a d20 dice and create that many treasure tokens. 2. Move to your post-combat main phase. 3. Activate 5 treasure tokens, then tap and sacrifice them. 4. Activate Aggravated Assault, then untap all creatures you control, and you get an additional combat and main phase after this one. 5. Repeat. Combo results: 1. Near infinite combat phases. 2. Near infinite treasure tokens. Combo number 2. Helm of the Host plus Port Razer. Required conditions: 1. Helm of the Host is on your battlefield. 2. Port Razer is on your battlefield. 3. Helm of the Host is attached to Port Razer. Combo activation steps: 1. At the beginning of your combat, Helm of the Host triggers, then create a token copy of Port Razer with haste. 2. Declare the Port Razer token as an attacker. 3. When the Port Razer token deals combat damage, it triggers, causing you to untap all creatures you control, and you get another combat phase after this one. 4. Repeat. Combo results: 1. Infinite ETB triggers. 2. Infinite creature tokens with haste. 3. Infinite combat phases. Combo number 3. Animate Dead plus Worldgorger Dragon. Required conditions: 1. Animate Dead is in your hand. 2. Worldgorger Dragon is in your graveyard. 3. You have enough mana to cast Animate Dead. Combo activation steps: 1. Cast Animate Dead. 2. Animate Dead ETB ability triggers, then return Worldgorger Dragon from your graveyard to the battlefield and attach Animate Dead to it. 3. Worldgorger Dragon ETB ability triggers, then exile all other permanents you control, including Animate Dead. 4. Animate Dead LTB ability triggers, then sacrifice Worldgorger Dragon. 5. Worldgorger Dragon LTB ability triggers, then return all permanents exiled by it to the battlefield, including Animate Dead. 6. Animate Dead ETB ability triggers, then return Worldgorger Dragon again from your graveyard to the battlefield and attach Animate Dead to it. 7. Holding priority, activate all lands you control. 8. Repeat from step 3. Combo results: 1. Infinite ETB triggers. 2. Infinite LTB triggers. 3. Infinite sacrifice triggers. 4. Infinite colored mana. Combo number 4. Blightsteel Colossus plus Chandra's Ignition. Required conditions: 1. Blightsteel Colossus is on your battlefield. 2. Chandra's Ignition is in your hand. 3. You have enough mana to cast Chandra's Ignition. Combo activation steps: 1. Cast Chandra's Ignition, targeting Blightsteel Colossus, causing it to deal infect damage equal to its power to each other creature and each opponent. 2. Each opponent loses the game due to having 10 or more poison counters. Combo result: each opponent loses the game. Combo number 5, Professor Onyx, plus Chain of Smog. Required conditions: 1. Professor Onyx is on your battlefield. 2. Chain of Smog is in your hand. 3. You have enough mana to cast Chain of Smog. Combo activation steps: 1. Cast Chain of Smog, targeting yourself. 2. Professor Onyx triggers, causing each opponent to lose to life, and you gain to life. 3. Resolve Chain of Smog, then discard 2 cards if possible, and copy the spell without choosing a new target. 4. Repeat from step 2. Combo results: 1. Infinite life gain. 2. Infinite life loss for opponents. 3. Infinite Magecraft triggers.
Hi Commander, if you are new here, welcome to our channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. Enjoy!
Non-game changer spells that are commonly found in Cruelclaw decks. Access Tunnel. Rogue's Passage. Reliable Evasion. Access Tunnel can make the infamous Cruelclaw unblockable because Cruelclaw is a 3/3 creature, helping it deal combat damage and trigger its ability more consistently. Guaranteed Trigger. Rogue's Passage gives Cruelclaw a direct path to hit an opponent, allowing the deck to exile into a nonland card and potentially cast a big mana spell by discarding a card instead of paying its mana cost. Mana Utility. Both lands produce colorless mana when their unblockable abilities are not needed, supporting the deck's mana base while also serving as key enablers for Cruelclaw's combat-based spell cheating strategy. Hit the Mother Lode. Free casting. The infamous Cruelclaw can cast Hit the Mother Lode by discarding a card instead of paying its 7 mana cost, turning a successful combat hit into a major spell advantage. Discover Pressure. Hit the Mother Lode's Discover 10 effect can reveal and cast another powerful nonland spell with mana value 10 or less, supporting the deck's goal of chaining into large threats or high-impact plays. Treasure Scaling. If the discovered card has mana value below 10, Hit the Mother Lode creates tapped treasure tokens equal to the difference, helping the deck build resources for future big mana spells. Etali, Primal Storm. Free threat. The infamous Cruelclaw can cast Etali Primal Storm by discarding a card instead of paying its 6 mana cost, making Etali an ideal big mana payoff for Cruelclaw's combat damage trigger. Attack value. Once Etali attacks, it exiles the top card of each player's library, and lets you cast any number of spells from among them for free, creating another powerful layer of mana cheating after Cruelclaw has already enabled it. Spell Chain. Etali supports the deck's main strategy by turning combat steps into explosive spell advantage, allowing the deck to pressure opponents, while casting expensive or high-impact spells without spending normal mana. Whispersilk Cloak. Brotherhood Regalia. Reliable Evasion. Both equipment cards make the infamous Cruelclaw unblockable, allowing it to deal combat damage more consistently, and trigger its ability to cast big mana spells by discarding a card instead of paying their mana costs. Commander Protection. Whispersilk Cloak protects Cruelclaw with Shroud, while Brotherhood Regalia protects it with Ward, helping preserve the deck's main engine against targeted removal. Efficient Setup. Brotherhood Regalia is especially efficient because Cruelclaw is legendary, allowing it to equip for only a generic mana, while Whispersilk Cloak offers stronger targeting protection once attached. In Garruk's Wake. Mass Removal. In Garruk's Wake is a powerful 9 mana board wipe that clears opposing creatures and planeswalkers, while leaving your own battlefield intact, making it a strong big mana payoff for the infamous Cruelclaw. Free casting. The infamous Cruelclaw can cast in Garruk's Wake by discarding a card instead of paying its high mana cost, turning one successful combat damage trigger into a devastating swing in board control. Combat Advantage. After in Garruk's Wake resolves, opponents may lose most or all of their blockers, allowing Cruelclaw and other threats to attack more safely, and continue enabling the deck's big mana spell cheating strategy. Breach the Multiverse. Big Mana Payoff. Breach the Multiverse is a 7-mana sorcery, making it a strong target for the Infamous Cruelclaw's ability to cast expensive spells by discarding a card instead of paying their mana costs. Massive Reanimation. Since it mills each player for 10 cards and then lets you take a creature or planeswalker from each graveyard, it can create a major board swing from a single Cruelclaw combat damage trigger. Board Advantage. The spell supports the deck's main plan by turning one successful Cruelclaw hit into multiple threats under your control, giving the deck both explosive value and a powerful way to close the game. Artisan of Kozilek. Cost Bypass. The Infamous Cruelclaw can cast Artisan of Kozilek by discarding a card instead of paying its 9 mana cost, making it another ideal big mana payoff. Graveyard Recovery. Because Artisan of Kozilek's reanimation ability triggers when it is cast, Cruelclaw's ability can enable Artisan to return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Attack Pressure. Artisan of Kozilek's Annihilator forces the defending player to sacrifice 2 permanents whenever it attacks, creating severe board pressure after Cruelclaw cheats it into play. Call Forth the Tempest. Cost Bypass. The Infamous Cruelclaw can cast Call Forth the Tempest by discarding a card instead of paying its 8 mana cost, making it a strong big mana payoff after Cruelclaw deals combat damage. Cascade Chain. Because Call Forth the Tempest has Cascade twice, casting it through Cruelclaw can generate additional free spells before the main spell resolves, increasing the deck's explosive spell advantage. Board Control. Call Forth the Tempest deals damage to each creature your opponents control based on the total mana value of other spells you cast that turn, allowing Cruelclaw's free cast strategy to turn into a powerful, one-sided board wipe. Anger. Immediate Pressure. Anger gives the Infamous Cruelclaw haste from the graveyard if you control a mountain, allowing Cruelclaw to attack sooner and trigger its ability more quickly. Discard Value. Cruelclaw's ability requires discarding a card to cast the exiled nonland card, and discarding Anger can turn that cost into a long-term advantage for the deck. Hasty Payoffs. Big creatures cast through Cruelclaw can attack immediately once Anger is active, helping expensive threats convert into combat pressure without waiting a full turn cycle. Kaervek the Merciless. Cost Bypass. Kaervek the Merciless costs 7 mana, making it a strong big mana payoff that the Infamous Cruelclaw can cast by discarding a card instead of paying its full mana cost. Punishing Control. Once Kaervek is on the battlefield, every spell an opponent casts creates damage equal to that spell's mana value, helping control creatures, planeswalkers, or players, while opponents try to respond to your board. Pressure Engine. In a Cruelclaw big mana deck, Kaervek adds continuous punishment after being cheated into play, forcing opponents to take damage or lose key targets whenever they cast spells to stop Cruelclaw's game plan. Post your commander on the comments section below, and we will create a video like this for you. Thank you for watching.